Copy? I already got one. You've got TOCA. Well, thanks for coming. I'm Rowan. If we haven't met before, I think I've met a few of you. I'm the New South Wales rep for Tesla Owners Club of Australia. Appreciate you coming along. This is our national event. So we're holding a detailing workshop in each capital city around Australia. So this is the Sydney event. Thank you very much for coming. This is Frank. So he's been very generous with his time this morning, and he's going to be running us through just paint protection films, ceramic coatings, tintings, basically all the services that he offers, and things like car care and stuff. So, and I mean, we've got some beautiful cars to work on. Basically, I'll leave it up to you.
All right, thank you for coming. Welcome to Definitive Car Detailing. Can I get a show of hands who washes the car by themselves? Okay, so about a third. And who takes to the hand car wash? Okay. Okay. Sometimes it's okay. And anyone go to the machine car wash? Machine car wash? Okay.
The laser one.
Laser one, touchless also? Very good.
Couple of times.
For the people who washes the car by themselves, who would say they have a good technique?
Good technique?
Yes.
Yes.
Okay, good. So 2, 3, 4.
Reasonable.
And yeah, reasonable, yeah. And people who goes to the hand car wash, is it mostly because of time constraints? Okay. Laziness, yeah, that's okay.
I don't have anywhere in the city to wash my car.
Okay, you're obviously in like a apartment, car park. Okay, very good, very good.
I go to the airport car wash and I use one of those bays with guns.
Okay.
And I know you do get scratches from that, but it's less than going to a tunnel.
Correct, yes, okay. So I'm going to show you a washing technique that would be perfectly suitable for you, for example, where you are in a constrained environment without a running water. And the same technique can also be used for people who find it just it just takes too long and too much effort to drag out the hose, set everything up. By the end you already set up, it's already 30 minutes gone. By the time you finish wash, it's already 2 hours gone. Your morning is already gone. So we are doing this technique because a lot of people who get their cars done here used to go to the hand car wash. But inevitably, as you go to the hand car wash, you will get what we call swirl marks. Some people don't care about swirl marks, but on the red color, blue color, gray color, the darker colors, the more swirls you get, the duller the paint will then start to look. Because if the light hits it, it's not going to bounce right back, it's going to get diffused. And having a lot of swirls is also when people start to say the car doesn't look as crisp as new anymore. And it's mostly because of the swirls. For a day like today, like right now, it's very difficult to see the swirls, even if you really wanted to. So that's why some people don't care about swirls. But if you really want to preserve that new car look, it's all about the swirls. Why does a hand car wash create a lot of swirls? It's mostly because the sponge or the towel they use is quite dirty and quite gritty. And the way they wash the car is a heavy pressure grinding pattern. And that's why all those dirty grit just get grinded into your paint in a circular motion. And that's why we have swirls. So that's what this technique is very good about. It's very simple. I have converted many of our customers to use this technique rather than go to the hand car wash. And it is a much better result. Once you're good at it, a Model 3, you can probably wash it in about 5-6 minutes from start to finish, complete. One of the best things about the Tesla is you don't have brake dust issues like other cars do. So you're not spending that time cleaning every spoke of your wheels. The second part about the Tesla is you don't have any really deep grooves and crevices, like that Roadster, for example, where the air dam is, where you got the side splitters. That just makes things difficult, where on the Model 3, everything is very flowing, okay? So we'll show you now. So everyone comes inside here. So what we need is, because now for this technique to work, so we've picked two cars. One is white, that is very dirty. How many people wash their car if it gets to this, or how many people wait a bit longer?
I wash my car every day.
Okay.
Yeah, scrub all the dust on the road and stuff.
Okay, okay. So this is definitely what I would say is a fairly dirty car, and this is definitely the time I would wash this car, or even before it gets to this stage. So what we need are microfiber towels. Every towel we use on the car, whether it is the outside, the glass, or the interior, is microfiber. The reason why we use microfiber towels rather than, say, cotton towels or chamois, for example, is we want these fibers to be able to trap the grit inside, rather than having the grit with the towel rolling this grit along the surface, giving us swirl. So we want it to be trapped inside. You don't have to get expensive microfiber towels. The towels can cost from 50 cents from Bunnings up to $100 if you wanted to, right? These towels are Costco brand. They cost about $2 each. If for people who haven't seen it, just have a feel.
That's what I use too.
Yeah, everything microfiber towel. Now the key about microfiber towels, or before we use anything to touch the paint, is we want to make sure there's nothing stuck on it. And if there is, just pick it out. Okay? With most towels, there will be a fluffy side and a flat side. For car detailing purpose, we only use the fluffy side, okay? And how we use these towels, we don't want to use it just like this. A couple of reasons. First, we don't want the pressure point of where our fingertips are, therefore too much pressure, uneven pressure. And secondly, we want to control the towel. So what we do is we fold it like this, and then one more time, like this. So essentially, this gives us 4 sides of the towel, right? Okay? And this allows us to hold it quite well, like this. Okay, spread your fingers out, so we get the maximum surface area. And this will be important a bit later. As opposed to, so the 2 towels you should have are the regular and a glass towel. A glass towel is a lot more flat. People always have problems doing the glass because they're not using a glass towel. Next, we want to have a solution.
You get a glass towel from Bunnings too?
No, you have to buy online. Yes. Don't buy any of the towel from Bunnings. Yeah, don't buy the towel. Next, we want to have a solution. Now, if we were doing a traditional wash, we would start by hosing down the car, okay? But we're not going to do that because it takes too much time. Or for people who live in apartment, they simply don't have a hose to hose down the car. So what we want is a solution that gives us more lubrication than our traditional car wash, since there's no going to be any liquid on the car. And that would be a rinseless wash or a waterless wash product. The most common rinseless wash would be the Optimum No Rinse. Anyone here has heard of Optimum No Rinse? No. Okay. Search it up later. But Optimum No Rinse is the first ever rinseless product with a lot of lubrication, polymer technology. Since then, this was in 2008. Since now, we have much better products. Still the same concept. So what you do is you have a bucket. This is a 10-liter bucket, and you just put your solution inside. The product we use is this one. Okay. There are many different brands. You just pick whatever they are all very similar in pricing and how it works, okay? Online, have to buy online. All this stuff you have to buy online, unfortunately, yes. And sometimes delivery can get, still not many people use this type of product because people still want to do the traditional hose down type of wash, yeah. So remember, everything that we are focusing on is about saving time and energy, right? But we want to be as efficient as possible, but still be able to achieve at least a medium plus wash quality. We are not really detailing the car every time we wash the car, but we still want to achieve a better result than car wash or the hand car wash, or if we do a regular wash. So we got the solution, follow the instructions in the bucket. Inside the bucket is a grid guard. So a grid guard is essentially like a, I don't know how to describe. It's, yeah, like a grill. So we have a grid guard. And the purpose of this grill is to let the dirt go beneath. So as we swoosh around the water, the dirt is not being brought back up, okay? Another good thing about doing this wash method, you end up costing you about 50 cents per wash only. Towels you can reuse. This bucket, you can, 10 liters, you can probably do 3 washes, or you can sort it out every time. And what we want to do is, we'll grab 2. So what we want to do, anyone heard of the 2 bucket wash? Okay. Remember the most important part about the 2 bucket wash is to make sure whatever touches the paint is clean. That's why we are rinse. So 2 bucket wash, for people who don't know, is we have 2 buckets. One is our clean bucket, which is to shampoo the car. One is our rinse bucket to shampoo the sponge. The idea is to keep the sponge clean before it touches the paint. 2 buckets is too much for some people. That's why we're down to 1 bucket. But how do we keep this clean? The way we keep this clean is, instead of rinsing this out, we are changing the sides once each side gets dirty. For Model 3, in this dirtiness, we probably need maybe 5, so we'll put them all in first. Like this.
How much of that solution do you put into that?
It depends on the product.
That product you just showed?
Correct, yes.
How much?
So for that product, it's about 5 mil.
Okay.
Very, very little, extremely little. Okay, so we got all the towels in. Now, as opposed to the 2 bucket wash method where we are rinsing out the sponge, but that means you got to take 2 buckets around the car with you, which takes a longer time. Once each towel is done, we don't put it back in this bucket. We just simply leave it out to be washed, okay? So we'll take it out when it's wet like this, keep it wet. We're going to hold it properly. And then we are going to wash following the panel shape of the car, starting from the top. Everything we do is a wiping motion rather than a scrubbing motion. So starting from the top, if everyone can see, and then we're just going to go like this. Now this car is quite dirty, and you can see all the embedded tricep stains that's in it. This car needs detailing first. If we do this regularly, you will not have too much of this. So we're not going to focus on this for now. We can do that at a later stage. And we're just going to do a wiping motion coming down. And you can see how dirty the towel gets, so we'll simply change size. So if we were doing the 2 bucket wash, by now we'll be rinsing out the sponge, but now we're just gonna change size. You want to have a go? So again, if you're doing the bonnet, we're just going like this. Okay. So we're going to use this side. After you've done through the middle, we're going to have a look. If it's too dirty, we'll change side. Sure. Okay, here you go. So hold it like this, hold the loose end with your thumb like this, and then open your fingers like that. Yep, and then we're just going to follow the curve, starting from the top, go like this. Okay. Light pressure, yeah, so follow the curve, see? So go like this. Yep. Okay.
Gee, that made a difference.
Okay, yeah, don't overreach, okay? Easy?
Yeah.
Okay, have a look, quite dirty, so we'll change sides. And then we'll go over there. Yep. Follow the curve.
How tough is this stuff on your hands? You need to wear gloves?
No, pH neutral. Okay? Okay, change side. Last side. Oh, no, you still got one side. You still got one side here. Yep, this one here. Okay. Anyone want to have a go?
Well, I can see what he's doing there.
Mine's out the front. It's starting right.
Yeah.
The hand car wash guy.
So how much do you,
Oh no, do the front bumper. Front bumper next. Do the front first.
Right, yeah.
What did you say?
how much do you do per towel on average?
It depends on how dirty it is. If it's quite clean, you may only need 2 towels. If it's quite dirty, you may need 4 or 5. Yes. Okay, easy? Yeah. All right, dirty, so change side and then keep doing. Now you can use these on the glass as well, so feel free to do it.
I think you've,
Yes, so grab another one. So just pull these down.
I would have thought that you'd like mix it down first of all with a
Oh,
hose
yes,
or something.
yes.
Because that seems like you might be scratching the.
Correct. So it's a combination of the chemical we use versus the microfiber towel. So you are correct. If you are doing a full hose down wash, it will be better.
Right.
But remember, a lot of people, by the time they've set up, drag the hose out, they've already tired of it. They don't want to do it.
Right.
So we want to be as efficient as possible, still achieve a medium plus quality.
Right.
But if this wash method makes you wash your car more regularly,
Right.
it's better than having a car like this where you've then got all the embedded triceps on it. So yes, there is a compromise that you have to be willing to accept with this method. Correct. Yes.
So this would be good for me because I wash my car every day. So
Yeah, just do this.
Set up the cartridge, spray it.
Yeah.
But sometimes the car's not dirty enough to warrant that.
Correct.
I've
Yes.
got the turtle wax wash, waterless.
Yeah, waterless wash. Yeah.
Waterless
Yeah.
wash that I do, but I don't do the this wet method looks better than that.
Yes.
Yeah,
Okay.
I use turtle wax too.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And then I rinse straight away. I don't let it dry on it.
Yeah,
So
yeah.
it doesn't streak. So.
Yes, now back to that point. Okay, so when you say you are getting the streakiness, remember we want to be as efficient as possible. So we don't want to do just a little bit here and then we are drying this part here. We want to be able to do the whole car, then dry the whole car, okay? So let's presume we've already washed the whole car using this method and we're now time to dry. So to dry, let's presume some of this has already dried and we are already getting streakiness from this product. So what we'll do is grab one, we'll wring it out. Same thing, we'll fold it in fours, and then we'll grab a dry one. And what we want to do is we want to re-wet the solution and then do the drying. So like this, same thing, we're starting here, following the shape. You see how the second time I've wiped it, all the tricep is starting to loose by now? Okay?
So is the product good for that then? It's actually
Correct, yes. Especially for the sticky stuff, you don't want to scrub it or scratch it off. You need to loosen it first. Yes. So we're gonna go like this, and then dry towel. And then we'll do the whole car like this. You wanna try? So by now, the car should be fairly clean, meaning that we wouldn't have to change side. Oh no, put that on your left hand. Okay, and then right hand. Again, do like this. Clip here. Clip here, yeah. So follow the curve, do half, and then dry. Do wet first. Wet first.
This one, okay.
Yes. Okay, you can see all the tree. No, do all of the half first. Yeah. You can go back and forth, back and forth. Okay. Yeah.
So Frank, ideally you do one section first and then do this, or do you?
Do the whole car. Do the whole car. Okay, so you can see how all the tree sap that didn't come off at all on the first wipe has now come off on the second wipe. Okay. Yeah. Yeah, that's why we hold the loose end like this. Clip it with your thumb like this. Yep. And same thing here. Clip it with thumb like this. And we're just doing a wiping motion.
It's good if you haven't got access to a hose pipe.
Correct.
You know, if you're in an apartment,
Correct.
this is ideal.
Yes, yes.
For apartment.
And you can see it doesn't really leave that much water on the ground for people to complain of. Yeah. So once you get better at this, you should be able to do a Model 3 about 5 minutes. Yeah. Okay. And we can also do the glass as well as you get to. But do that side first, that quarter panel, and then do the front bumper. Oh no, finish the nose first.
I hope this is your car, otherwise somebody owes you
Any questions?
You bring a dirty car to this workshop.
Any questions so far? Anything?
How many washes did you say you get out of a bucket? So that just stays on the side for a few days or something?
Yeah. Now the water will go off in about 2-3 weeks. But if we were to consistently use this, you can probably get 5 washes. 5 washes, yes. And that's 50 cents per bucket. Yeah. But the key here is we want to reduce the amount of swirl we are putting into the paint. So if you already got the 2-bucket wash down and you want a high level of washing, keep doing the 2-bucket wash. That's a high level. But it takes a long time. It takes a lot of practice. It takes knowledge to do. This is for people who usually takes their car to the hand car wash, but are sick of them putting the swirls or giving us a poor result. This is sort of like a halfway in between. So as you get better at this, for people who live in apartment, this is the only option they have. But if you have the facility, you may want to consider they moving to the proper 2-bucket wash in the long term. But then that means you got to spend more time on it. It takes longer, it takes more setup. So everything is a compromise depending on what you want. Even if this means that instead of going to the hand car wash every month, 12 times a year, we do this in between. So we only go to the hand car wash 6 times a year. That means you have 50% less swirls, less damage than you would normally have. And it's quick. This is a fast thing to do.